I was in a place, I would say, for the majority of last year where I just felt like I was totally out of alignment across every single aspect, specifically my nutrition, fitness, energetically. You know, when you just have that feeling like you're not showing up as the person that you want to become. And this has kind of gone on for years, like when I've now kind of got my clarity and I've reflected and realized that I've had a lot of knowledge around fitness, training and nutrition, but I haven't always put that into practice, and I've definitely not always been disciplined. Like discipline and consistency around food was something that I found hard. And I also feel like I was taking on other people's kind of values around nutrition that just didn't really align with me and my lifestyle. So I thought I could deep dive a little bit more into that in this video and share how I'm currently eating, also a bit on how I'm training, and just go from there. Welcome to this brand new reinvention series. We're starting with a what I eat in a day video where I'm going to share exactly what I've changed when it comes to my nutrition over this past 6 months. This is the current physique, what we're looking like at the minute. Good morning, my loves. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing really well. If you saw my recent YouTube video, which was all around the 9-step process I've gone through over the past 6 months just to totally reinvent myself, not just physically, mentally as well, across every single aspect. And I feel like this is a good time to put this into videos and a series where I can just go through kind of each step. So we're going to start today's one with a what I eat in a day video where I can share how I've been eating over this past few months, what I've changed, how I'm training, and of course just actually show you some of my current favourite go-to recipes. We're going to start with breakfast. Okay, so we've got a leg day coming up today, so pre-gym. I always like to have an oat bowl. I feel like this just gives me all the energy I need. And of course, I always have something carb heavy pre-gym, pre-run, things like oat bowls that are just nice and quick. Or if I'm up super early and it's like 5 AM or something like that, I'll just have corn cakes, peanut butter and banana, something fast releasing, easy digestible. Like banana is always a good shout, but I don't train fasted anymore. That's been a big change. 42 grams of oats, by the way. When you do train without eating, you just end up having kind of half crappy kind of sessions because you train like no energy, and especially if you've eaten that night before, like 7 o'clock, something like that, like you're already fasted overnight for a long time. And then I'm just adding in water, mix that around. This is my favourite oat bowl, into the microwave. The reason why I'm showing this is because I did have a couple of messages last week just asking how I cook my oats, and it is like a science experiment. Like I feel like to get the right consistency, it needs to be cooked in a certain way. Like you can't be adding your protein powder into uncooked oats, like it's just going to end up like a bitty mess. So microwave like that for about 1:30, 2 minutes. I'm going to put that in for another 30 seconds. And then that's how it comes out. And then I've got some frozen mixed berries. I do actually prefer blueberries. Like I don't really add the strawberries in. And I add them in like this, so like whilst it's still hot. So 60 grams. And then mix this around. I've been adding cherries and they're so nice. And then I add some protein. So I'm using vegan protein, which I have been using like the past few months. I find I don't bloat as much and I just find it easier to digest. And I use one with as like little sweetener as much as possible. This is a natural one. You can definitely tell like it's not as sweet, but I quite like it. This is a chocolate flavoured one. That's been a huge thing that I've done. So just really reducing artificial sweeteners. I've noticed I'm a lot less inflamed on a whole, and even my face, I feel like I've noticed a difference. Then now for the best part, so adding dark chocolate. This is my favourite one at the moment. So it's 70% dark chocolate. The chocolate reminds me a bit of digestive biscuits. 8 grams peanut butter, about 10 grams of dark chocolate, and then I sprinkle some cinnamon in a corner. And what really makes this is this. So I get a bit of Himalayan sea salt, and there's my breakfast. And the dark chocolate as well melts. Like, oh, I just could never get bored of this. I've had this on repeat for I don't know how long, and it's perfect pre-gym fuel. Delicious. You could also melt the berries separate if you prefer, like just do them in the microwave separately, but this is just quicker and easier, which is what I'm all about. And the reason why I add Himalayan sea salt, so I'll lightly salt that on most of my meals actually, and it's good for maintaining your electrolyte balance, improving your hydration and things like your muscle function. And then I've added in a lot more anti-inflammatory things, so things like cinnamon, turmeric, things that reduce inflammation. So I'll try and put that with most meals, especially if it's something sweet, which just helps regulate your blood sugar a little bit more. Oh my God, I am drenched with a capital D. All I did was just walk from the house to the car. Throwing it down. It's literally been non-stop today, but let's go get this leg session in. Gosh, that was a really good glute and hamstring focused lower body session. Also, I just had a really nice compliment from the loveliest girl in the gym changing rooms who complimented my muscles, which has never happened for me really. Like, I've never been complimented on muscles, which is a first. So just saying, can't get over that. She was so nice. I just love that vibe in the gym bathroom. She's made my day as well because, I was just someone, I honestly never thought I had the genetics to have visible muscles, especially on my arms and back. Like, honestly, I never used to have any form of definition in my arms and back. And if you're doubting yourself thinking, oh yeah, I store fat there, or like I could never have like muscly back, arm, whatever, you can. I promise you, you can. That was one of those sessions I really locked in. You know, some days I feel like you can really like lock in like that. Other days it's more challenging because you've just got a million thoughts flying through your head. Also, you're a reminder that you can have such better sessions when you just really focus and like just think, right, I'm going to put my all into this session. So when I was on the leg press, my third to last exercise, I nearly took off 20 kg because I just thought, oh, it feels heavy. And you know, sometimes when you're really pushing yourself and you get like not a pain in your stomach, but obviously your body's like pushing, and I nearly took off 20 kg and I thought, you know what, not today, not today not today. Anyway, I gave myself my full rest time and then I went back in and got a really good set in leg press, and I didn't take off the 20 kg. I kept strong and did 10 good reps. When you're on your abductor machine, you know, on that glute abductor machine, try get some of those yoga blocks so you can get more of a stretch. That abductor machine's a bit of a dodgy one. Like, one of my legs swings out further than the other, so I just have to make do, close my eyes a little bit, hope for the best. With that, think pushing with your knees, so like push with your knees rather than your feet on the abductor machine, and you'll feel it a lot more in your glutes and more of like a stretch. On the back extension as well, that's the only variation in my gym that has that like back extension, so I have to try out a few different foot placements just so that I can feel it more where I'm trying to target, which is my glutes. That portion of my glutes is probably one of my weaker parts, so I have to really concentrate on that, and I don't overload too much with weight because I feel like I just end up using momentum. So using a lighter weight and then just really concentrating on the tempo so it's super controlled. Like on your lowering part of the phase, it can be really easy to just let all that resistance fly out the window, and then you're not really like fully targeting that muscle. got some stuff from supermarket. So I'm gonna make one of my favourite post-workout meals, which is high in protein, and it's from my brand new recipe ebook, the Beef Taco Power Bowl. This has got all the flavours going on. Got 42 grams of protein, really quick and easy to throw together. I've got all the macros included in these recipes, and yeah, brand new cheat code for you for ebook has just gone up this week, so I'll leave that linked down below. I just grabbed some of these turkey breast steaks that I've been obsessed with, some lean beef mince for this bowl I'm going to make, some white potatoes, tomatoes, some frozen, better put them in the freezer, frozen blueberries, some lime, cucumber, bag of mixed salad, some mint and red onion and cucumber, 2 cucumbers. What I like about this is this is a really good work day, like if you've got loads on and you just want to throw something together. This is a really good recipe because the only thing we're actually cooking is the beef mince, and then we're just going to pop some rice in the microwave because this is something I've changed. I try not heat things in plastic as much as possible, just so that we don't have any more microplastics than we need to be going into our bodies and stuff. So I literally just take one of these off, put it into a bowl and then microwave it in a bowl, if that makes sense. And rice into here. What I have changed with my nutrition that truly has been a game changer is measuring. Obviously I track my macros and have done for a long time, but it's so easy to inaccurately track your macros. So if you're not tracking the raw weight, and if you think about it, when you put say beef mince or chicken or whatever in the air fryer versus frying it, it's going to change weight with the water and everything. So the most accurate way to track your meat is to measure the raw weight. Like the amount of time I've spent probably thinking I was having 100 grams of beef, should we say, but I was actually having like 180 without realising, because it just shrinks, doesn't it? Like it totally disintegrates in the air fryer. Right, 130 grams. And then I'm just going to season this with a bit of curry powder, smoked paprika and some garlic granules. Are these onion? I think they're onion. I put this on literally all my salads, and oh, it's so nice. So there's the finished bowl. So we've got some Greek yogurt there. I popped some red like chili kind of flakes. So we've got beef mince, cucumber, tomato, some salad with balsamic glaze, and then I'll just go over this with the lime. And I always put ketchup with pretty much everything. She's come with notes. I've come prepared. So I thought we could have a peppermint tea together and just share some nutrition things that I've changed. Obviously I've shared some bits this morning. So a few things, starting with this, that I've changed, which has definitely really helped with my fat loss phase and just how I feel in general, which has been reducing caffeine for one. So I feel like I was just overdoing it a bit too much. Like my caffeine had just crept up and up. So that has really helped with just feeling a little bit more balanced, because I've been able to actually sleep a lot better. I don't think I realised at the time, you know, when you're getting into bed and you're wide awake at 10 o'clock at night and you kind of just think maybe I'm just overthinking, or maybe it's X, maybe it's Y. When a lot of the time I think it's just how much caffeine we have. Like say if you're having a coffee really late on in the evening, that definitely affects your sleep and the caffeine stays in your system. So that has really helped with my sleep, because I think whenever I've gained weight or whenever I've been stressed and kind of emotionally it's always been when I've not had as much sleep. So it's all connected, like everything is connected when it comes to your mindset. Food, the lot. So I've swapped, like in the afternoons I'll have a peppermint tea because I love having like a hot drink at all time. Another thing has been reducing my sweetener intake and additives. So just having a look at the ingredients lists on things that I'd pick up. I do still have some sweeteners. For example, one thing I don't think I could ever get rid of because I just love it so much is my tomato ketchup. I get the reduced salt and sugar one. Things like that. Like I'm not saying I've cut out totally absolutely everything. It just wouldn't be realistic, and you even be able to eat out if that was the case. Like if you were going totally 100% unprocessed, it would be really unrealistic. So just reducing things where I can has helped with my gut health, and I'm not bloating as much. Like for a while I almost thought, oh, maybe it's just normal just to always have a bit of a bloated belly, when it's definitely not. Like I was in pain with my stomach at times, and it really got to me in different ways, like my skin, and it was when I was most stressed, when I wasn't sleeping, and when I had probably a lot of like additives. I was having protein bars, protein puddings with so much sweetener in. I was having Coke Zeros every day, just you name it, there was a lot of sweeteners going on, and I just didn't really have that kind of awareness. And then training wise, I feel like that has been the biggest shift. If you watch my recent reinvention video that I did, training has been a big one. So following the exact same program for at least 8 weeks and not changing a single thing, and being able to progress in certain moves will get you the best bang for your buck, the best results, rather than just doing different exercises. It all depends on your goals, but if you want to see change and progress, as in like you want to get stronger, you want to sculpt your body in a different way, you need to be consistent. But say if you've got a health goal where you just want to be a bit fitter, and you want to do like Pilates fitness class, and it's more health, like just maintenance, kind of like ticking over, then do that. It's just about finding what you actually really want, which is exactly what I go through inside the Flowness Club, which is basically getting clear on your why and your goals, making sure it's actually for you and no one else. And then we have the 8-week program and challenge starting on the 16th of September. And in this time I'm giving you the workout program that has totally changed my physique, my mindset, and it's all around building like a sculpted lower body, so sculpting our glutes, building a defined back, getting stronger. Over these 8 weeks we are doing lots. So we've got calls each week with different professionals. I've just come off a call now with a journaling magician basically, who is going to come on a call. And inside the club I also have my courses. So these are where I go through things like macros, what are macros, how to calculate your macros, or if you prefer using a food diary. All of that is inside the club, as well as previous other challenges. And it's also just such a nice community, and we do these daily accountability check-ins throughout each challenge. So that is the core of all of that. So just making my afternoon snack. I have this pretty much every day. It's just Greek yogurt. This is my current favourite one by this brand because it's nice and thick. So 220 grams of Greek yogurt, 80 grams of blueberries, and I like to mix this in. So this is of course from my ebook recipe, but this is how you make a really nice blueberry yogurt. And then for some sweetness, I'm adding honey, 10 grams, and then some dark chocolate. This is another recipe from my ebook, so it's the blueberry protein bliss yogurt, and it's another recipe I could just never get bored of, and this has been one of my favourite fat loss snacks because it's high volume, really satisfying if you've got a sweet tooth, and it's just delish. It's got everything going on. Okay, I'm gonna make some dinner. I'm gonna have some turkey breast. I've got this newfound obsession with turkey breast, like well-seasoned turkey breast, and making sure as well that you have enough healthy fats. So when you are setting your macros, you don't want to be dropping below like 35 grams, 30 grams of fat per day as a woman. Super important for hormonal health. I've done a whole video on how I naturally balance my hormones, which I'd really recommend you watching if you've been feeling a little bit out of balance and want to have a look at that. Have you seen the size of this bell pepper, Spanish bell pepper? Absolutely huge, and it's really juicy as well. So I always cook my sweet potato first. So I weigh this raw as well, 150 grams of sweet potato. Just grab my air fryer. Then seasoning for sweet potato, I just spray with extra virgin olive oil. I love the spray ones because you don't end up dolloping a load of oil, and then oregano, which, can you believe I've finished? This was totally full only a month ago. Like, that's a lot of oregano, but I could just have it in absolutely everything. I really like it. Mix them around and then into the air fryer for about 20 minutes at 180. And then I'm also going to air fry some veg. Oh, we've just had another sign to the Flowness Club. So very excited. Like, I honestly feel like I'm running off just adrenaline at the minute because I'm just so flipping excited. And a bit tired because I've been putting in crazy amounts of work, but it's all totally worth it. And I feel blessed as well. Like, stress and pressure is a blessing. I remember seeing a quote this week: pressure is a privilege. And it is so true. Sometimes I catch myself and I'm like, oh my God, this feels like a lot. Wait, my eyes are watering. Why have I decided I'm not crying at my speech, my TED talk right now? I'm crying because of the onion. Apparently if you wet the knife when you chop an onion, it stops the fume. Right, I'm gonna pop this into the air fryer. I kind of treat my air fryer like a tray bake because you just put everything in at once. So I'm just gonna pop in this red pepper. My sweet potatoes are kind of halfway through is when I add the turkey breasts because they don't take as long to cook. They've already got a little bit of herbs on them, so they don't really need much seasoning, but I like everything a little bit more flavourful. So I'm just gonna add some mixed herbs and a little bit of paprika. You can't go wrong with a little bit of extra seasoning. Lovely. Delicious. So I've got 2 turkey breast steaks, so 170 grams. And there we have dinner. So a nice big turkey salad, sweet potato, red onion, and I might put some balsamic glaze as well on there, but lots of volume, and I just couldn't really get bored of this. Really flavourful. What to say as well, this I've been having with everything, which is like this red fermented cabbage. Just pop some of that on there, absolutely delish.
Oh, how much? And then
I'm watching Alex Hormozy and Chris Williams on YouTube go through a full body training session, a bit random, but...
And then there's good at the fuck. Good at all of those things.
I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you've enjoyed this one and got some value, got some meal ideas. I'll link my new recipe ebook in the top line of this video's description as well for you if you want to check that out. Just popped another turkey breast steak in because I had some protein left, and I also had some corn cakes and orange bits of fruit. But I'm just going to make a chamomile tea, which I really like having before bed, when I remember that is. But yeah, I really have enjoyed this one. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you for being here and for watching.